So that brings us on very nicely to the reason you are here.
Yes.
For the brand new Harry Potter prequel spin-off thing, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So a big Potter fan.
I am. Massive.
Huge.
I've read all the books and I saw all the films.
Great.
And I've got the new book of The Cursed Child at home,
That's
which I haven't
that's
seen.
the play, isn't it?
That's
the
the
one
play.
that's been put on stage.
Yeah,
I've heard
I want
that's
to
very
see that.
bad.
Yeah, but I want to see it.
Fair enough.
I think just for completion.
Well, aren't
they
they books up in Broadway in London for a long time?
Yeah, I think it's quite a big waiting list. Yes, so the brand new film, it came out last week. We've had a chance to sort of think about it. Joe saw it. Back in the back of the room.
Yeah, he's fast asleep.
He's fast asleep, never mind.
He's sleeping.
So we at this point would normally play a clip. But the website where we get them off is down. I can't download them. So what we've decided to do is act it out. This is an old film
because
show.
This went so well last time. We're going to do it again.
We did funny story. We did this on the podcast before we got this show on Spark. That was the clip we showed, and they still gave us a show.
And that just shows that literally anything goes with us.
Yeah.
Well, you know my dad's an actor.
What does it say about Spark?
I think
you know my dad's an actor, so you're going to have to impress me.
Oh, okay.
I think Spark just realised that for us. Just let us loose and we'll do our thing and get the best shows you'll ever listen to.
Okay. Listen to us now, it's so good.
Yeah.
Right, so this clip is at the start of the film when Newt Scamander, or Eddie Redmayne.
Scamander.
Scamander. Yeah, no, I keep saying Scamander.
I always did as well.
Scamander. Newt Scamander is...
Isn't that a character in a different series?
I think so.
Scamander.
He's a wizard. He's coming across from England to America to study beasts and stuff. He's been out on a gap year thing, finding beasts and studying beasts, writing a book, and now he's in New York.
You're saying that Newt Scamanders are tough.
Yes.
He is a bit.
He is a bit. He's Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
So he comes across to America deliberately to buy a present, isn't it? So that's the reason he comes across. So we're going to act this clip out. So I'm going to be... Am I Eddie Redmayne? Eddie Redmayne! And you're going to be the...
Generic police
the officer person.
number one.
Okay, right. So you're the guy.
Yeah.
I'm Redmayne.
I'm the guy.
Right. We've got the daughter of an actress in the room here.
Yeah.
So we've got to nail this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you do.
You've got to start this. Come on.
First trip to New York.
Yes.
Got anything edible in there?
No.
Livestock.
Click. That's the suitcase. It goes click. Well, I must get that fixed. No.
Let me take a look.
And then he switches the little thing where it's like muggle worthy on the suitcase.
Welcome to New York.
See, it's good, that wasn't it?
Yeah, that's good. Your American accent needs a bit of work.
Bit ropey, you know.
You're Eddie Redmayne.
You did the 3 different American accents in one there.
But your Eddie Redmayne was
spot on. He doesn't look people in the eye. The
know.
entire time he just like.
It's so cute.
No. Yes.
We'll get to that in the review because there's one specific.
Right. So let's get to the film. We've spent enough time faffing on, acting out clips like absolute idiots.
Faffing on.
So what's this film about then? It's the start of a new series. 5 films in the series. Ryan,
yes.
where are we in this first one?
All written by J.K. Rowling as
Which is pretty exciting.
Her first ever screenplay.
First screenplays, yeah.
Yeah. So 5 more Potter films, and that'll take us to probably like...
I think 2024.
And then they'll probably make the stage play again, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it's 1926, and Newt Scamander played by Eddie Redmayne. So people won't bother. Ignore that. Yeah.
Ignore that.
Yeah. He's come to New York to buy a present, and basically he goes to a bank in New York. However, he accidentally swaps cases with Jacob, this random man in the street, and he ended up with Eddie Redmayne's fantastic case of fantastic beasts. And as you can imagine, that case gets opened and all sorts of havoc is unleashed. But all in the meantime, they've got to deal with Colin Farrell's Graves, who is the officer for he's sort of like the head of the magic police, essentially, and he is on their case, and he has to he has to get all these fantastic beasts back before they make any harm to New York and expose all of the magicians to the world.
I'm fascinated by the idea of the magic police.
The magic police.
Hey, that rabbit didn't come out that hat.
The bill.
You're going to jail.
Harry Potter bill. Yeah.
Right then, so the film itself, we'll get the expert's opinion first. That's you, by the way, Tabitha.
Okay.
I'm not
an expert. I'm just a massive Potter fan.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're a bigger fan than us. I didn't read the books. I bought the books and never read them. I listened to the audiobooks read by Stephen Fry, which is pretty cool.
That's okay.
It's like cheating. It's like cheating, isn't it? But No, it was good because we'd listen with my dad in the car. If we'd be doing something, we'd get back in the car like, come on, we've got to get this next chapter.
Oh, that's cute.
That was really good. I liked that. But no, I never read the books, and obviously I saw all the films. It was just, it's nice this year to have November, and it feels like it used to be. Yeah. You go and watch Harry Potter at the cinema before Christmas. You walk home in the freezing cold, but at least you're still Harry Potter. You felt warm inside.
It's like to feel like you're home.
Yeah.
It's like when the theme started.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of the Harry Potter theme just to make
sure
you're in the Potter universe. And I was like, I'm home now.
Yeah.
I had the biggest smile on my face.
So what do you think? What do you make of it?
I love the film.
Because there was a lot riding on it, I think, being a whole new universe. There was no source material, was there? There wasn't like it wasn't like it was a full book that J.K.
No,
wrote. It was just
there was a
characters.
textbook that she wrote for Comic Relief a few years ago. One of the textbooks from her books of Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which Newt obviously wrote. It had details of all these creatures in, but there was no like plot, so everyone was kind of a bit, where's this gonna go, and things like that. But I think it lived up to people's expectations. It certainly lived up to Potter fans' expectations, I think.
Yeah. We'll talk about Eddie Redmayne then. Just before we did this review, we showed you the clips from Jupiter Ascending. On this show, he's something of a hero for how bad that is, and yet still won an Oscar in the same year. And he got nominated for one last year.
He looks weird in that. I don't.
He does look weird.
He's just weird. It's a bad film by the looks of things. I never want to see it. But no.
But as we've said, he never looks anybody in the eye. He's very awkward. He's a very awkward person.
I think that's how they decided to play him.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what I love about Newt. He doesn't look people in the eye, and he's kind of socially awkward. So I feel like anyone who is kind of slightly socially awkward for whatever reason, I think they could relate to Newt in that. Me watching it, I was just like, I just want to give him a hug.
So you've got him, and you've also got Jacob, played by Dan Fogler. He's the nomad. That's the nomad. That's the new Muggle term, isn't it? Nomad.
That's the American term for a Muggle.
It's an ugly word.
It's a horror. Hate that term.
Nomad.
Muggle sounds better.
He's a nomad, so he's sort of the character that we as an audience latch on to and feel most engaged with. I think he's a great character.
I loved him.
Very, very, very pleased with how he turned out.
I wanted to give him a hug.
I know.
It's just like, oh,
it's such a nice story.
Bless him. He's so lovely.
The setting of the 20s then is an interesting one. Being Potter in the present day at the time in England, to having 20s New York. Potter.
Yeah. I love that.
It's an interesting one.
I think
the 20s, particularly in cinema, is very iconic. Being the sort of what some people consider sort of birthplace of certain forms of cinema. So on that sense, it's quite a nostalgic thing.
It is. I quite like the 20s in general.
Yeah, it's a great style.
It is. I love all that style. I love the music from there. I love the dancing and things like that, and the dresses. So when Great Gatsby came out, Leo, I was a bit like, yay, 1920s. And then when I was like, this is set in the 1920s. Hopefully they don't focus too much on like the whole flapper side of things, because obviously that's more of a if we're good exaggeration, but it's also like more of a Muggle type thing. Yeah. I guess if we're gonna put ourselves into that category, like it's more of a Muggle. So I like the setting, because obviously it's not a prequel, but it's not a sequel to the Harry Potter universe. It's just an extension of the Harry Potter universe, J.K. Rowling said. Yeah. So I like that they're trying to get away from Harry Potter a little bit.
The film is fine as a standalone thing as well. It's got those Harry Potter connections, which some people... there's the thing with the... what was it that Colin Farrell gives the kid? That's really significant.
The Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows necklace. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, so that did go over my head. But I know...
That was like... one of the first things I was like, oh my god.
Proper Potter fans were like going crazy in our cinema, like you just heard the gasping.
And like all the references to Dumbledore and stuff when the president of the American kind of government for witches and wizards, when she was talking, she was going on about war, and she was talking about Dumbledore and things like that, and I was like, so we still have a bit of a connection, which is good. But I like that it's set in America. I think it's about time Americans had their own kind of Potter type thing.
Yeah, it's interesting to see this whole world outside of the British.
Britain has had Potter for a while, so it's nice that she's sharing it with America for once.
They've already got enough.
Next one's in Paris.
Yeah.
Next one, is it Paris?
Yeah, it's already been confirmed as in Paris.
Ooh, I haven't been to Paris, I might need to go.
I think it's going to be a very interesting series. Eddie Redmayne is not going to be the lead for all 5, though. It was said this week that he'll take a back seat in some of the films, which I think is interesting. If they make it a kind of anthology series where you've got different people who drop in, if you have different, sort of the same way that Star Wars are doing it, having like the same sort of centre, and then just different people in the focus, I think it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. David Yates clearly has a very vision for it.
Yeah. Can we talk a bit about the beasts Tarzan, now?
Wasn't it? We can talk about the beasts. My favourite has to be Niffler. Niffler is really...
Is that the one that steals all of the shiny things?
It's when you tip it upside down. It's just like tons and tons of gold comes out.
Yeah, that's
funny little character.
I like the little plant thing that just stays on his jacket. That's cute. I want one.
To J.K. Rowling's credit, she has got an incredible imagination to
it was a bit
come
like
up with
Groot,
all of these.
Plant,
a little bit like Groot. Yeah.
Don't get me started on Groot.
Tiny Groot.
The imagination in the film is quite spectacular. I mean, the sequence inside the suitcase.
Oh, I think that is possibly my favourite sequence out of the entire film. It's quite early on, but it is possibly my favourite sequence of all. Like, it's just like
I think that's,
I'm back in that world.
For me, that was when I realised I was watching Harry Potter. I was like, this feels proper magical.
It's like I've heard like some people were kind of like they were a bit annoyed at the whole, like there was loads of almost different plots. So you had like the Newton Jacob bit, and then you had like the separate one with the whole war against Grindelwald, who's the baddie.
Yeah, I mean,
Potter fans who are listening will remember is the guy who had a fight with Dumbledore in book 6 or something.
Right. I mean, Joe, if you want to... Is he awake? No,
he's genuinely asleep now.
He's got his arms inside his t-shirt, like giving himself a... Is it? We'll leave you be, Joe. You're all right. Full disclosure, we are all hungover today, so I think we've done all right today. It's not been,
those three are. I'm not.
It's not been the worst show. It's not been all right. It's not been awful. I forgot where we are now. If I was gonna criticize the film, and I know Joe can't be bothered, but I think your criticism was that it was a bit disjointed and a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the pacing's a bit off.
Pacing's a bit off. You're saying that's probably right. It's what you're saying. It is a lot of different things happening.
A little bit
within the same film.
Is it still like?
It's just more. It's more Potter to love, isn't it? Like just chuck loads in and see what sticks.
So,
that'll be my only criticism. Generally, I mean, I did really enjoy it. Even if it's not perfect, it did feel really special.
Yeah.
Maybe when the novelty's worn off and when I'm bored of Harry Potter again, maybe I'll reevaluate. But from seeing it and just
bored of Harry Potter, Liam.
Never. From knowing how happy it made me feel watching it, I think it's well worth the time.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Much more than I thought I was going to be honest. I think it's wonderful. I think it's got a really. I think Eddie Redmayne knocks it right out of the park.
He's perfect for the role, isn't he?
The only thing I think of when I'm watching the whole thing is like he's just playing Matt Smith, really, isn't he? Like he's totally playing the 11th Doctor, and he's got that sort of like action for action. That was his character.
Same with the Doctor. Like, once he gets in his stride, once he's really.
I just could not stop thinking of that, and I think it's just wonderful. It's the little moments he has in the character, like when there's a scene when he's sort of trying to tame one of the bigger creatures and get it back in this magical case, and it's just wonderful to see how silly he gets, and that just sums up the film really, and it's so whimsical and light, but still has a really dark atmosphere at points. It never like takes itself too seriously, but
it never goes too dark
devalues its own
I think
self.
That's where the film maybe has some trouble. That when it's bright, it's quite bright, and when it's dark, it's incredibly dark.
But I think that just overbalances the fact that it has so much whimsy in there. That it's like some of the beautiful. I think the main cast dynamic is a really, really, really intense dynamic that they have, and I think they will work really well. And I hope they do come back together.
I like that trio. I like that. The four of them.
And it's like as it wraps up, it gets surprisingly like poignant, doesn't it? Really, I mean, we can't obviously speak as it goes, but I think it's a really well told story. Even if this isn't I think it's a really tightly told story, and if it does set up the sequels, obviously, I think the fact
it has to, doesn't it?
I like, but the other thing I really liked about the film is that it highlights the difference between, at the time, the British views towards Muggles and the American view towards Muggles. So Americans are all like, let's hide away, where British, I feel like, just based on you, they're all kind of like, no, don't hide away.
They all literally go to Hogwarts through like running into a wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, in America, they're like hiding away.
Pro-intelligence and pro-tolerance message.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, but the other thing I like is like, even in the Wizarding world, there's a prohibition. Like in the 1920s, there was a prohibition.
I just loved all those aesthetics about that, like the Roaring Twenties style. I like that there was a hint of prohibition,
but I like that Newt seemed to want to educate the Muggle about the creatures, and the Americans were all like, we have to like obliviate his memory and make him forget that he ever saw all this. And all this kind of stuff, and you're just kind of like, yours are all backwards.
So
Why?
for the future films, then we've got Paris for the second one. I imagine we're gonna cross some time periods through this anthology series. I think it'll be an anthology series. What else might we get? I mean, think what happened in the 30s. We had a World War. Could we see the backdrop of the World War as part of a match film? That'll be interesting. I think.
Thatcher's Britain.
Yes, Thatcher's Britain. Make all the milk disappear. I look forward to it, and I also we'll have to wrap up. But I also want to mention Katherine Waterston, because she has been doing some really interesting work. Obviously, really good in Inherent Vice a few years ago.
Soon to be in the new Alien.
She's going to be in Alien Covenant, and she's great in this. I think she takes a very good. Chance. I think it was obviously a gamble to give her the role. She herself been speaking about how she doesn't think she's very like Hollywood marketable, but I think she proved in this film that she is.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for her.
She is.
Good on you, lass.
So good.
But I think the real MVP is Dan Fogler as Jacob, because I think he is.
Yeah,
he is
he is.
But I look forward to the rest of the series. I really do.